What's up, Skins Nation? How is you? How are you? How are you doing? Once again, welcome to that must-see YT show of shows, Pigskin Facts, History and News, and I am your host, Mr. Fred. Hope you're having a good week. And once again, we are up on another week in the NFL, week number 14. And as you see here, I got a Chicago Bears helmet and a Dallas Cowboys helmet. Last night, the Dallas Cowboys, let's do that again. He didn't do that properly. You got to nail it. Chicago Bears defeated the Dallas Cowboys last night, 31-24 in Chicago. And anytime Dallas loses and the Redskins are on a winning streak, it's a time for celebration. No matter the record, my two favorite teams, the Redskins and any other team that beats the hell out of Dallas. So, I am your host, like I said, Pigskin Facts, History and News. Welcome once again. And if this is your first time watching, scroll down at the bottom, hit the subscribe button. If you have any comments, if you have any ideas, views, or anything you'd like to speak about, feel free. And I would love to hear from you. And I owe my viewers an apology. I had some questions that I was supposed to answer in the last segment, and I didn't get a chance to do it, so I apologize. But I'm going to take full advantage of that right now. Okay. Before I do that, week 14, the Redskins traveled to Lambeau Field to take on the Green Bay Packers. And who knows when was the last time the Redskins won at Lambeau Field. We've beaten the Packers at FedEx the last two times, but Lambeau Field is a whole different ball game. It's very cold up there, so we're looking forward to that. Okay, facts. How many interceptions did cornerback Darrell Green snag during his 20-year career? How many interceptions did cornerback Darrell Green snag during his 20-year career, 1983 to 2002? Answer, 54 interceptions. 54. And he's ran quite a few of them back for touchdowns. I don't know how many, but I sure would like to look that up and find out. Okay, number 2. A former quarterback holds the team record for the longest punt. Who is he? A former quarterback holds the team record for the longest punt. Who is he? Answer, Slinging Sammy Baugh. He booted the ball 85 yards on a punt. Question number 3. When did the Carolina Panthers and the Redskins first meet, and who won? When did the Carolina Panthers and the Redskins first meet, and who won? Answer, 1995. The Redskins won 20-17. 1995, the Redskins beat the Carolina Panthers 20-17. All right. So now we're going to go to our history segment of the day. And that's going to take us, we're going to go in the time machine, and that's going to take us back to the NFC Championship game. 1972, RFK Stadium against the Green Bay Packers. 53,140 in attendance. George Allen was the coach of the Redskins at that time, and he put the Redskins back on the map as far as a winning franchise, because in the 1960s, they had a lot of losing seasons except for the last season, which was coached, I believe it was the last season, or the second to the last season in the 60s, coached by the legendary Vince Lombardi, and his untimely death cut that short. So the Redskins brought in former Los Angeles Rams coach George Allen. He took over, and he turned the Washington Redskins into a winning culture. And that takes us to the playoff game, 1972, the NFC Championship game. And let's take a look at that. Green Bay took a 3-0 lead on Chester Mulcahy's 17-yard field goal, 5:31 before halftime. But rookie Herb Mulkey sparked the Redskins by returning the ball 42 yards to their own 40. A revived Billy Kilmer then led a 6-play, 60-yard touchdown drive that ended with his picture-perfect 32-yard strike to receiver Roy Jefferson, who faked out his man on a post pattern and caught the pass in stride at the goal line. Jefferson had 5 receptions on the day. Later, a short punt gave the Redskins possession on the Packers' 41. And Kurt Knight booted a 42-yard field goal to create a 10-3 game just before halftime. Washington's defense and Knight's foot applied the finishing touches. The defense continued handcuffing Brockington and Lane and kept quarterback Scott Hunter, an average passer at best, from exploiting voids in the secondary left by the 5-man front. He completed 12 of 24 passes for 150 yards. Knight connected on 2 more field goals to go 3 for 3 in the game, snapping out of a regular season slump. When he made only 14 of 30 tries. Larry Brown, back in action after sitting out the last 2 regular season games, paced the Redskins' ball-controlled offense with 101 yards on 25 carries. Punter Mike Bragg boomed kicks that pinned the Packers deep in their own territory. Knight's last field goal, a 46-yarder with less than 3 minutes left, sealed the win, the Redskins' first postseason victory in nearly 30 years. And Coach George Allen's first playoff win in 4 tries. The Redskins defeat the Green Bay Packers 1972 NFC Championship game 16-3. All right. And before we go to our news, let's take a commercial break. Arm & Hammer Ultra Max deodorant. Are your underarms funky? Do you need to get in the tub and the shower and wash your ass? Well, you know what? Ultramax Arm & Hammer does the job. First, clean your underarms because those things might be funkier than James Brown. I feel good because I knew that I would. I feel good because I knew that so good. So good. You need deodorant. Ultramax Arm & Hammer. Get rid of the funk. Also, this show is brought to you by Tea Tree Therapy Antiseptic Cream. The tree tea oil with herbal extracts that relieves minor skin irritation, lacerations, multiple stabbings, heals gunshot wounds, all that good stuff. Even if you get ran over by a car or a railroad, it has the healing qualities in that too. So try Tea Tree Therapy. So if you're half dead, this will work. All right. Back to Redskin news. The Redskins signed a receiver from Colin Kaepernick's workout. You know Colin Kaepernick, he just had a workout. He's still trying to find a way to get into the NFL, and I hope that he does. I hope that they just let this stupid thing go and give the man a job. Let the man work. Let the man come back and fulfill his dream and play. But anyway, the Redskins signed a receiver from the Colin Kaepernick's workout. His name is Jordan Vesey, who can be activated to the 53-man roster. Trey Quinn recently suffered a concussion in the last game against the Carolina Panthers on a punt return on a helmet-to-helmet collision, head-on collision. So he's still on concussion protocol. Paul Richardson most likely won't play on Sunday, so they have most likely will activate Jordan Vesey. We had two players last week, Nate Orchard and Chris Odom, that came aboard, and they made instant impact. So who's to say that this guy might not come in and do the same thing? Uh, Other news: Carolina Panthers head coach Ron Rivera was fired from the Carolina Panthers earlier this week. Could he be a prime candidate for the next coach of the Washington Redskins? That would be very interesting. He's a very good coach. He's a former player for the Chicago Bears, played linebacker during the 80s of that great 85 team. Ron Rivera, after he played football, went into coaching. He became a very good defensive coordinator. He's a defensive-minded coach. And I think that would go over very well with our team, with a coach like him, because he could come around and take the pieces that we have on defense and restructure it and make that defense what it was meant to be. He has that defensive kind of mind. So I think he would be great as a coaching candidate. Family man, good guy, knows how to discipline his team, hold his players accountable. Very, very good coach. I would consider him. I wouldn't mind him coming to DC and changing things around and get rid of BA. And I don't mean BA Baracus on the 18. You know who I'm talking about. I pity the fool. I pity us if we keep him. Good news: Redskins linebacker Ryan Kerrigan has been cleared from concussion protocol, and he could possibly play on Sunday, which is very good news. We would love to have Ryan back. He's working his way to becoming our franchise's sacks leader. He was drafted in 2011, and he played in 139 straight games. Remarkable. He's the Iron Man of the Redskins, and last week was the first game that he sat out due to a concussion. Was the first time that he did not start, I think, in his career. That's a remarkable accomplishment. So, Ryan, welcome back. And, hey, let's rack up some sacks and make some game-changing plays for the rest of the year. We got 4 games left. New draftees and young talent on the Redskins roster. I'll be looking at that on the next segment coming up, part 2. So I will see you guys. This is your first time watching. If you're a regular viewer, thank you. Much love to you. Keep watching. Spread the word about this show. The Redskins Nation will rise again. We are gonna become a winning culture. Be patient. Hold tight. It's coming. If this is your first time watching, like I said, hit the subscribe button down below. If you got comments, fill in the comments. And this will be a very interesting off season as to what's going to happen. I'm looking forward to it. It'll be a hiring of a new coach. There might be some firing of people. There may be some shuffling around as far as the roster is concerned. I'm sure it will happen. So, but I'm really most excited. If I'm not excited about anything else, I'm very excited about the young core of players that we have. And the last few drafts that we have been excellent. And I'm sure that trend will continue. And I'm sure that we're going to become a better team. And we're one of the younger teams in the NFL. We're up and coming, and we will dominate, and Skins Nation will rise again. Believe that. So I will see you coming up on the next segment. Much love to you. Pigskin Facts, History, and News. I am your host of hosts, Mr. Fred, signing off.